Okay, I should be recording. I just went and searched on me and my mission to Mars on YouTube. But anyway, Mission to Mars 2. You can find it, just search on Mission to Mars by Anthony Phillips Stone. It should come right up. I went ahead and, since I had the Bluetooth out because it sounded, I could hear it much more distinguished in the little Bluetooth. This, you believe it or not, this little karaoke, it sounds pretty solid even though it's small. And I noticed when I was filming it's got a little bit of dust on. I tried to keep it dusted off. It's shiny and red. But anyway, I went ahead and pulled the little recorder up and went ahead and made a mix with the same levels, but I upped my vocal, because on the grunge song the vocal was not, I'm picky about that. My vocal must hit me. Like all my recordings, you listen to them, some of them were too punchy. That was what was wrong with the original version of that before I re-recorded it. It had pops in it. I like it punchy but not poppy. In other words, I don't want pop in my vocals, but I want it to be punchy. And I don't know how to do that on the computer, so I added some effects. So you can tell I added all I did was basically make a backing track for it and line them side by side and -1 with some sound off of it. I was moving my cords out of the way. I got a bag of cords here. I'm happy with it. I wasn't happy with the grunge song outside the traditional radio I use, and it's sort of like a little amplifier, this little freaking karaoke. It's K200 or something. It's called a Koramzi Koramzi trademark. It sounds pretty solid. So from now on, when I mix my songs, I'm gonna mix them through this as opposed to the headphones. I can't, and I don't have a system. Wouldn't even have room for one. Not in this little room. My little prison cells, I like to call it. I wouldn't even have room. So, yeah. I'm going to just use it to mix them from now on. In other words, that's not really what you call auto-tune. I just sort of added a backing vocal so it sounds more chorusal instead of just plain. That's really the only true effect, besides cleaning the backgrounds and going in between each of the parts and taking out the room noise. That's mostly what I did. I thought I did pretty good on it. I mean, it was horrible at first. It kept coming out really bad. Then finally on the third, late at night, I finally got it. I finally got it leveled. I used those same levels on this grunge one I'm working on. I probably won't share a piece of it because it's not complex. That song is complex. I basically just played y'all where it left off from the last song. But it's got a whole story with it. It's a big story. I didn't want to give my story away. So I only gave y'all the clip when he actually gets on Mars. And he can't get home at that moment. Now he's got a big tale. He's got a big story. It's a big 7-minute song. And he's got a whole story. And I only played y'all that little teeny tiny clip because he didn't have the fuel to get back to Earth. It's a big story. It's a huge story. And it's been there the whole time. I mean, we're talking about back then. Indeed, that rhythm sounds similar to the rhythm I made years ago for it. But that one was too flat, so I didn't know what I'm doing. This new thing that I found, it lets you go in there and sort of like the old one where you just click and you find the places and then you make your rhythm. That other one, you had to actually twist and turn and make it. And although that's similar to how it sounded, the grunge one doesn't sound like it, how it originally sounded. And I got a grunge metal version. I probably won't release the grunge metal version. Its vocal was horrible. It was the one that I did the vocal on where it had the pops in it. I wasn't happy, so I just went back and re-recorded it with the machine. You see, I just use the most time because I don't like how they turn out with a plugged up microphone. People complain about the built-in mics on these Tascams and these recorders. I use the built-in because I tend to work better with it when I get it in the computer. I don't have the pops and stuff. And I know you can buy pop filters and all. I'm not even sure that'd work with me. My voice is so freaking strange. If I don't scream a certain way or talk a certain way, you can't even freaking hear me. That's why a lot of times I scream my voice out with my podcast. Because if I don't talk just right and sing just right and get in the mic just right, I don't pick up. So, I tend to like the built-in one. Because I can work with it better. I mean, years ago, my albums are filled with pops because I didn't use the built-in back then. So on that 4-track, I didn't even have a built-in. It was kind of, the other 8-track I didn't either. I had another 8-track, a Fostex, that I used for the break-in the Insanity box. It didn't have a built-in mic either. Now, the Tascam has 2 built-ins. It has an A and a B. Sometimes I use both. I've learned to, because I can do better with them. When you go in there and you punch them up and you clean them up, you'd be surprised. People say, oh, you don't want to use built-in mics. Well, I get better response, at least with my voice, with the built-in mic. I'll say, so I'm going to go on out of here. I'm just going to rest tonight. I don't want to wear myself out. So I had some sick spell there around 7 p.m. I don't even know what caused it. I think I got too hot. This air conditioner over here basically needs the new one put in. We ain't really had time to put the new one in. So I was kind of hot. I think I got too hot, is what I think. Did that play? It must have played. I hope it wasn't playing in my video. No, I just must have moved it. So I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, that clip doesn't... You can go listen to the original track, and it basically just leaves off to where it was at. And that's about all I played you there. It could have basically been the tail end of that song. But you ain't got the story yet. The story is a part of the 7-minute track. And I'll see y'all next time.